DJ, what do you think you can get out of your lineup, or what are you looking to get out of your lineup this evening?
Well, most importantly, I think that the veteran guys, on that road trip showed a lot of them that they're ready for the season, and that's what exhibition's about. They've played 4 games, that's a lot. You see some other teams playing guys as little as 2. So tonight's game, we tried to get some guys in that are on the cusp, also bring some guys back, and against what I think looks like Montreal's real lineup for the most part, to see what maybe they'll look like when we need them. So obviously we want to get through this healthy, but at the same point there is some guys still playing for spots.
You mentioned guys on the cusp. How many players would you say legitimately come into this game tonight, DJ, on the cusp?
I'd say there's at least two or three fighting over one spot probably. And at the end of the day, the good part of where we are right now as a team is that you have to put your best 18 guys on the ice, and it's not about contracts. It's not about how many years he signed or whatever it is. It's we got to put our best 18 guys out there plus 2 goalies to win the game, and that's an exciting thing for everybody.
Josh Norris will not be playing tonight, it sounds like, and he hasn't played any preseason games. How concerning is that for you?
Well, it's concerning. When I'm doing my lineup in the middle of June and July, I have him in my lineup, and obviously we thought he was going to play the Winnipeg game, at home against Winnipeg, and wasn't, cleared or allowed to play. Then we thought he'd play against Pittsburgh, same thing. So this has happened, but at this point, I'm being told that he's just unable to play. So we'll continue doing what we're doing, but understand that the players, the player, and ourselves all want Josh to play.
So can you just to clarify, DJ, is it a medical thing where the doctor's saying he's not good? Is it him going, I'm not quite feeling right? Where are the cautions coming from?
Well, right now the training staff and doctors are telling me that he's not going to play. So, again, it's unfortunate. I know the kid, wants to play hockey. I know that us as a coaching staff, we've had to change some things around, especially, our power play. You always have Josh in that one-time spot. Never did we think that possibly we'd start the year, without him. And certainly it looks that way.
And so Pierre Dorian said at the beginning, he was like, if the season were starting tomorrow, he'd be playing. So what changed in the training camp?
You know what? And to be fair, Pierre, myself, everyone involved never seen this coming. We all thought that Josh would, go through a little bit of practice, take a few bumps, get the next exhibition game, and away we'd go. And that just didn't happen. And with injuries, things happen sometimes where maybe it didn't rehab quite the way they had expected. And regardless of the player and everyone involved at this point is not willing to let him go out there and play.
So how long do you think this will be out?
That's a question I don't know. I'm going to wait on their direction to tell me. I know as the coaching staff we want him to play. I know he wants to play. It's frustrating for everyone involved. He's a big part of this team, but all we can do is have a next guy up mentality and do what we can do.
So how much oxygen is being taken up in the coach's room right now, looking at potentially the possibility of starting in Carolina without 2 of your top 3 centers?
Yeah, it's certainly not, what we had envisioned, but what choice do you have? You have to put your best group out there. We've been playing without them throughout training camp. At some point, we know Pimps will be here. At some point, hopefully Josh is here. All we can do is do our best with what we have. We still think we're good enough and we're competitive enough to be in every game.
Have you had direct discussions with Josh, and what's his frame of mind right now?
He's frustrated. He wants to play. This is what you do your whole life. I don't think he expected himself not to be playing in exhibition games and not to be out there. So, it's a hard one. It's a hard one for everyone involved. I know that he wants to play and be out there with the boys. I know that he wants to be a part of this. I can feel it in the room. These guys want to do something great for the fans here in Ottawa with the ownership change and everything going on. I know he wants to be a part of it.
One of the challenging things for camp is to match your good team with the other team's good team to really get a true test. So Montreal's coming in with a loaded lineup. How tempting is it to say, we want a really good test to kick it off?
It is, But at the same point, we got that test against Winnipeg. They put their A lineup. They put the A lineup in against Pittsburgh. And I didn't want to play Timmy more than 4 games. I didn't want to play Brady and Giroux and these guys more than 4 games. And they're at the limit. We've played back-to-back games against the other team's A lineup. And for me, I think our guys are ready. To put them out there tonight, we easily could do that, but typically what happens in that last exhibition game is guys kind of flow through it and they end up being frustrated, and ultimately we don't want to take that risk that someone's going to get injured.
What does a 6-1 record mean to you in the preseason?
Probably, if I was sitting here 1-6, I'd probably say the same thing. It really doesn't matter in a week. It's good that you're winning games or whatever the case may be, but you have to do it when the regular season starts. Everything's going to ramp up. More importantly is the level at which I've seen some guys play. Thomas Chabot on the right side and Chicky look like they're a go. Some of the things that we wanted to see through camp, we've got to see.
Coach Smejkal's game, we just chatted with him. Seems like a great young guy. What have you seen him throughout his game and developing through camp?
Real heavy on the puck. Real heavy on the puck in the O-zone. He's on the forecheck. He's a big guy. I mean, he come in. I got to see him at the Worlds last year. Real good touch on the power play in front of the net. It came at a time where, Josh and Pince aren't here. That's 2 guys off the power play. He got his opportunity. I think he's got a point a game through the exhibition schedule. It's a new game to him, but he's certainly opened people's eyes, and he's one of those guys that's right down to the crunch time here.
How do you feel about your goaltending after preseason, going into the Wednesday night opener in Carolina?
Well, right now both those guys look like they're going, and again, regular season's different. The players every night will be high end, the power plays will be high end, but for exhibition, I think they're both feeling really good, and that's a good thing for us.
I've just tried to work hard and get as many games as possible, and just give my best every day, and just hope for the best.
How do you think it's been different from training camps in the past for you?
Yeah, I think I've played a lot better. I have more confidence and I'm in better shape. So it's been a lot better than last training camps, and I hope to make an impression here today too.
Given that there's some questions around Josh Norris's health and Shane Pinto still hasn't signed, do you see a true opportunity for you to crack this opening lineup?
I think I have a chance. I think I've played solid games in here and got a couple goals too. So it's just try to keep going today and give my best and try to see where that goes.
Is it difficult at times coming into camp, knowing you're being evaluated, and that whether you make the team or whether you don't make the team might depend on a couple of things that happen in the game? Do you feel that pressure?
Yeah, of course it's a tough month with training camps and all. Just as a young guy, just trying to get yourself, how do I say, just show your best as a young guy. So it's always pressures there, but I think just giving your best, it's hope it's enough.
Is it important to kind of leave that pressure at the rink, so when you go home you're not really thinking about it maybe as much, maybe you're able to think about other things so that pressure doesn't get to you?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good with that. Just leave all the stuff in here when I leave. So, yeah.
Found that handling the pace of the second week of preseason, usually they're more NHL heavy lineups. How have you found the adjustment just as the speed and intensity ramps up a bit?
Yeah, of course, playing against the best players is always nice, and Montreal has a pretty close to NHL lineup today, so that's a good test for me how to play against those guys. So, yeah.
Your team just got back from Winnipeg. You were in Nova Scotia for a while. I know you've done golf tournaments. Besides what's happened on the ice, what's been a highlight for you bonding with this team off of the ice?
Yeah, it was a nice trip. It was a pretty long one, but the golf day was pretty nice. I didn't golf. I was just Sartier's caddy, but yeah, that was pretty fun.
How did you get that role?
I'm so bad at golf, so I just figured I'd leave it to them.
So did you give him any advice as his caddy?
No, I just drove the car.
Nice.
Evaluate your game at this point. Are you NHL ready in your mind?
If there's openings and stuff, I think I can I think I've played pretty good. I don't feel like out of pace in there. So of course I have still a lot to do with my like physical stuff and like strength and stuff. But I don't feel out of pace in there. So I think so, yeah.
Does the game start to slow down as you play more and more NHL games, whether it be preseason or what? Does it start to slow down for you where you're able to pick it up quicker?
Yeah, I think every game's been like not easier, but like it's easier to play when you don't have to think that much and just like get to know the systems and pace and stuff. So I think it's like confidence and everything is like growing up every game, so it's getting better.
Regardless of what happens, next week, what will be your biggest takeaway from this training camp?
Maybe just that I got to see that I can play with those guys and just keep working hard every day. And if it's in Belleville, just try to get better there and try to earn a call up later in the year.
Tell me, when you think about Wednesday and the fact that your goal has been to play in the NHL, and you're 4 days away from realizing that, what comes to mind?
I'm actually not trying to think about that much because we still have I don't know how many guys here, so it's still a tough spot to be, but at the same time a good spot to be, so I'm happy where I am and I'm focusing on today's game.
Tell me, is this your first NHL training camp?
Yeah.
Okay, how has it been for you?
It was pretty quick actually. You don't have that much time to think about it because you have many practices, games, you're pretty tired, so when you have free time you just try to relax, so how I say it's pretty quick.
How does it compare to what kind of training camps you would have been going through playing professionally in Czechia?
It's a little bit different in Europe, I would say. Usually start the first week, it's a little bit slower, you get going, nobody wants to get injured in here. First day you start even 110% and everybody jumping in, everybody fighting for a spot on the roster, so it's in that way it's a little bit different. So
that's Europe you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So here it's a little bit more like
right away you start, you fight from the first training and you have to be ready, I would say.
From the start you've looked comfortable. You've been through different pro leagues, 7 years of pro, and through why now for you over here? And literally the first shift I saw you play, I'm like, he looks comfortable over there. And then I started looking up and said, okay, he's a pro.
Okay.
But you do look comfortable. Were you comfortable right from the start, and why now for your look at the NHL?
I would say I come through last 4 years were tough for me. Every year I went somewhere else. Every year I took a step forward. I play in the harder league every year. Especially last year was, I would say, really tough. The Swedish league is really tough to play in. And actually I had some games in the national team. It helps for sure. I play big games in the World Championship and Olympic games, so I think it helps you a lot on the ice in some situations. Like 5 years ago I would be maybe stressed, I would do something differently, but now I have that experience probably helping me, and in here I just didn't want to think about anything. I just step on the ice, try to play my best game and see where it took me.
You've got Dom on this team, but I'm curious, do you have a group chat with other Czechia players? Like do you talk to David Pastrnak, Krejci, about getting advice from them?
Not that much. I have Kubi here.
Yeah.
So he's helping me a lot. He's telling me about his first year because he went here from Europe as well, a little bit older. So a little bit same situation for me in those times. So he's helping me a lot. So I would say with him it's much easier.
What's been his biggest piece of advice for you?
How I say, don't think that much. You're a good player, so just go on the ice and play your game and don't think about much more.
Jiri, who did you idolize growing up in Czech? Who did you like to watch play?
When I was younger, I just talked last week with the guys that since I was like 10, 11 years old, I had a big picture of Sidney Crosby in my room on the door. So watch him play like closely, it was really great, and I hope once I'm gonna even play against him on the ice. So that would be a dream.
What was it like, even just like I know you weren't playing on Monday, were you?
no.
Okay, but what was it like, even just being that close to him?
How I say it was great. I remember those times when I was younger and had him in the room and would even think about to play in the NHL against him. It would be like unreal. So yeah, great feeling.
When you're chasing the dream and you want to get to this level, probably a lot of it, you're almost living out of a suitcase. You're not living in one place for a long period of time. Is it difficult?
Yeah, I would say you have to get out of your comfort zone. I would say when I play in Czech in Sparta, it was even like hard to get into the team because you have a lot of good players, former NHL players in there. So when I was like 22, 23, they gave me like 3-4 year contract, but I say I didn't want to stay there. I just want to get better, so that's why I get in Finland and in Sweden. So I think I'm just doing everything I can to be where I am right now, and I'm happy with it.
When did you start to believe that the NHL dream was possible, that maybe this could happen?
Probably when I started playing the preseason games and I could see I can play. That would be in my head. I told myself, yeah, it's possible to play in here.
Brady's a younger guy, captain, but what stands out to you about his leadership here and how he leads this room and this team?
I would say the biggest thing what I have in my mind about him is his presence is like he's much older than he is. He's like great hockey player, but even a better person. He try to talk with everybody, especially with me too. He cares. You can see he cares a lot, and I can see why he's the captain in this young age. Yeah.
What's the biggest adjustment? Not just the hockey, but moving to Canada, to Ottawa, to come in here. What's the biggest adjustment been for you off the ice?
In that, I would say it's pretty much same as everywhere else. You have everything you need in here. It's a pretty big city. I was here when I was younger. I played in the DUP, so I wouldn't say it's that much difference towards Europe.
So,
Max, tell us what you're thinking about tonight.
but tonight it's going to be a great game. I think they got a very good lineup over there. It's probably like an NHL lineup they got with young guys. I think we're going to be good too. Pretty young. I think it's a good test for us, for the guys that want to stay here too. But no, it's going to be exciting.
It's just the preseason is what people say, but the fact that you guys are 6-1, what does that say about this team right now?
That we're able to win. We got a good group. We're young. I think we're ready for this year. Guys are, all pushing on the same direction, and now it's promising for beginning of season.
We've heard your name down in Belleville for a little bit now. Just someone to keep an eye on. Like, how would you describe your development the last few years?
Last 2 years, it's been huge, I think, for me. I don't think the management thought I would be here today 2 years ago, but I think, yeah, I progressed pretty good. I'm just working hard as much as I can every day. I don't think I'm taking everything for granted. I think I'm here because I'm playing good and I'm doing good things. So no, it's exciting for me.
So what about this camp specifically? Like, what do you think worked for you that allowed you to get comfortable and kind of assert yourself to this point?
I came here with one intention: it's making the team. If I'm going back to Belleville, I'll be back and I'll just grind my way up again. But no, I think I'm like this. I'm working hard, and I think this camp was a good test for me, and I think I played pretty good. Yeah.
When you know you're being evaluated and watched, does that add anxiety or does that add pressure? Is it important maybe to put that aside and not think about it?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to put that aside. I don't have a lot of pressure in my mind every day. I put enough on myself just to, be ready every time. But no, I think it's been a thing for me the past 2 years, past maybe 4 years that I'm in with the Ottawa Senators. But I don't put any pressure more than I already have on myself.
Do you watch film and evaluate yourself? You talk about being harsh on yourself. Do Do you watch and see the areas where you know you need to get better?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, I watch every game that I'm playing. I'm trying to do as much video that I can with the staff and everything. But no, I think I'm able to evaluate pretty good on myself. But no, I think, like I said, I try to be fair with myself, and no, I think my game is going in a good direction right now.
Répondre en français?
Yeah, oui.
Satisfait de ton camp, date?
Oui, vraiment, je pense que ça a été un bon camp pour moi. Je suis arrivé prêt, je suis arrivé avec une intention de prouver au staff, puis à la direction. Puis je pense que pour l'instant, ça a bien été. Puis la job n'est pas encore terminée pour moi.
Oui, en effet, à la soirée, vous avez rencontré le Canadien de Montréal. C'est toujours, même si bon, c'est pas toute l'équipe A qui est sur la glace, il doit y avoir quand même une certaine fébrilité.
Oui, c'est sûr que c'est une grosse rivalité pour nous autres. Je pense qu'il y a tout le temps eu des frictions depuis quelques années. Puis je pense que ça a augmenté avec le groupe de joueurs qui est resté pour eux puis pour nous autres. Mais non, ça va être vraiment excitant, malgré que c'est pas les deux formations complètes. Mais non, je pense qu'on est prêt dans notre cas en partie.
Dernière petite question, satisfait de la façon que l'équipe a grandi, les joueurs importants sont maintenant signés pour longtemps. On sent que c'est une équipe qui va décoller.
Oui, vraiment, je pense que Pierre a vraiment fait un excellent travail là-dessus, d'avoir un cœur dans l'équipe. Dans les mêmes âges, je dirais, là, assez jeune, puis qui a grandi ensemble depuis 4-5 ans, je pense que c'est une chose qu'une organisation se doit d'amener à un certain moment, puis je pense qu'il l'a amené au bon moment. Puis d'avoir des longs contrats aussi comme ça, je pense que c'est bon pour l'avenir, puis au moins pour les 5-6 prochaines années.
Merci.